Hello! It's weird being on my floor and recording a video that I'm looking directly into and not being off screen, but it's like 12:30 midnight, and after I've done some stuff, I then realized that, you know what, I think this would be kind of entertaining? Maybe not entertaining is the word I'm looking for. I'm not sure how this will go. But basically, I'm reorganizing my fabric bins because I was looking for some gray fabric, some leftover fabric from Rue that I made last year, and I was hoping that I had some, that way I could use it again for a costume this year. I don't, because I organized into piles on my floor. So I've got a bunch of different fabrics all over my floor. That's from 3 different fabric bins. It's not all of my fabric, because I know that I have a mess of fabric elsewhere, including and sorted into other bins that are specific to costumes that I'm using. So like I have, if you've been keeping up with me on Twitter, I've been working on Creamy Mommy, her blue outfit from the last episode. It's the one with the twin tails. It's really cute. So I have like that blue fabric, so that's with my stuff for Mommy specifically. I thought I'd just make this like a small little video as to how I'm getting organized, because I've been meaning to do this for a very, very long time. But I have 3 whole bins, so you see my room is a disaster. So yeah, I just thought I would just share kind of putting away my fabric and tell you how I'm organizing it. But yeah, so right now I just have it separated into small piles. So I've got green, blue, purple, yellow, orange, white. This is like darker reds, and this is like normal tone red, so these are like burgundy and stuff, and maroon and stuff. I've got pink, I've got gray and silver, I've got brown, I've got a small teeny tiny pile of cream, and then I got that mess of black over there. So I'm ultimately going to fold things and kind of see how much is left, because as I emptied the bin, young me in her infinite wisdom would save tiny scraps that are completely useless to anything but a doll. At best, a doll. But that's obviously not going to be useful for a cosplayer, because the scraps are only like this big, so that's not helpful. But I showed you my progress from tonight. So tomorrow, because it'll be tomorrow, it's after midnight, I will show you just me going through this, and then I will show you my bins when I finally get that organized. Alright, let's get started. I'll see you in the morning. Why would I save this? got one color down. This is all of the white fabric that I own. I tried to put it together by like most usable. So like down here at the bottom I have my fleece, and then I have some quilting batting, and then I have my foss shape, which I have individually labeled. That's what I was doing. That way I don't get confused between the two, because one was definitely more expensive than the other. And then I've got some other fabrics, although I did put my lining down at the bottom, down towards the bottom at least. So that'll come back to bite me in the future. And then on top is all of my interfacing. So, and right underneath that is my white cotton sateen, which I have some left over from when Hancock was closing several years ago, and so it's regular sateen, and then I have some stretch sateen that I got from Joann's, because that's the only cotton sateen I ever used from Joann's, because that's the only cotton sateen that matters. So yeah, I've got basically half a bin full just with white fabrics. So I guess this bin will be black and white. I guess. I'll do black next. Okay, so now I have all my blacks in. So this one, I kind of was like, what sort of fabrics that I use again the most. So on top I have my cotton sateens, which I have two different types. I have the old cotton sateen from Hancock, and then I have stretch sateen from Joann's, which I also have a bolt of, which I'm almost out, but it's good that I know that I have it, because I need a lot of it for some costumes for Katsucon. Underneath that I have the lining, which I use a lot of the time. I line a lot of my things. And then I have like my chiffon and a little bit of some glitter organza. And then I've got some suiting fabrics, some regular cotton, and down towards the bottom I have a suede and something else that I won't likely use. Oh, sweatshirt fleece that I probably won't use for anything anytime soon, but you never know. But it was enough to save. This pile, in case you're wondering, the one that's on top of my hair towel, is basically just scrap fabrics that are too small to save, that I can use for like costume stuff. It's like kind of like, oops, sorry. I'm saving it because I know I can probably use it for something else, but it's not enough to save to actually sew with for costumes. So, alright, on to the next color. I think I'm going to fill this up with the gray as well. I may shuffle the white and the black. I may put the gray underneath the black, because I don't use gray too often, and I don't have a lot of it. Excuse me. I'm not sure what other color. I may put brown in here. This may be more of my monotone colors, so like black, white, gray, brown. We'll see how I feel. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, and here we are. We've got one bin done. So I've got all of my white fabrics, I've got my black fabrics, I've got my brown fabrics, and I've got my silver and gray fabrics down here at the bottom. The next bin is probably going to be mostly red and blue, and then throw in all the other colors. I'm hoping I can condense them down to 2 bins, and then I can get my extra third bin empty again and put that in my closet, and to like hold random items like my tentacles for Fukami and stuff like that. So another bin completed. This one's a little fuller because of the yellow here, but I've got all of my regular reds over here, including my fur down at the bottom. I've got a bunch of my spandexes from when I made Ladybug and from when I made Chocolat, and then I've got some normal reds. I've got my Junko plaid in there, and then I've got down here, these are like my oranges, well, sorry, these are my maroons down here. This one I wasn't too sure about. This used to be a blanket that I bought at Goodwill. I made normal clothes out of it. It was cute. And then I've got like my maroons, they're the darker reds, and then I've got it fading into pinks. And then I've got my orange fleece from Fukami, and I've got my cream fleece from Fukami, and then I've got my yellow fur, because I have so much yellow fur. And then I've got leftover Luna scraps, which is just some yellow satin and some yellow lining. So that one's full. And I realized as I was moving everything around, I found I forgot about it, but I have a pile of cream fleece. So that's going to go in that bin over there since there's still room. That's going to have my cream in it since it has brown and silver as well as black and white. So alright, so now I have to put away my blue, my green, and my purple after I throw in my cream into that bin. And hopefully that means I'm almost done. And then it'll be the disaster of trying to get it back into that corner, because this is a nightmare right now. I'm trying to get it cleaned. Why do I do this to myself? here we are, the last bin is full. I actually am surprised. Look at how much room I have. I can buy more fabric now. But this is my blue pile over here, and then I've got the 2 extra pieces of blue. This is some lining, and this is actually the fabric that I'm using for my Creamy Mommy cosplay. Since I'm basically done with that and I don't need the blue fabric anymore, put it over here. Then I've got a little bit of purple and a little bit of green in there. So with that, I am done. I wish that I could like actually use like these bins over here for my fabric, but unfortunately I need this over here because of my little fish tank, which you guys will see eventually because I will definitely show you my fish tank, but right now it's cycling water, so I don't have fish. So it's all done. I would, again, ideally would like to have it fabrics on display in this, that way I know how much and I can actually like reach in and just grab it, but bins are what I deal with right now, and this is what I'm just gonna do. So I'm just gonna take this and put it on top over there. I actually have my 2 other bins already over there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So with that, I will see you guys next time.